Here I am today, ready to lead us all. And hi, Sister Claire. Hey, Lori. Hi, Sergey. Okay, so hi, Joanna. Dr. A, nice one. Hey, Pam. So grateful for all of you showing up and the love that you're blasting at me right now with those hearts and waves. So I'm going to do something a little bit different that my practitioners aren't doing, of course. Right. Hey, Shannon. So I want to bring in some positive messaging. Part of what it seems like is happening is people may be getting overwhelmed by the messaging for sickness, suffering, pain, death, and everything else that's connotated and that's being brought in by the planet-wide pandemic of COVID-19. So I want to start with this. My practitioners will not be doing this, but I would like to give you all a reprogramming of the health that your system naturally knows. I go into this in my second book, Vibrational Upgrade, A Conspiracy for Your Bliss, in great part. And so the subtitle is Easing Humanity's Evolutionary Transition. But I go into A Conspiracy for Your Bliss, specifically through the chakra column, showing readers how our systems are designed for health, thriving, and bliss. And even go into a really specific discussion around the third chakra, proving how our systems are naturally designed for bliss, and as they are for health. Now, it's really challenging to perceive and receive that right now. So I would like to remind all of your systems of the messaging at a cellular level for health. You're welcome, Diane. Hey, Helen. So you all ready for that? Yep, for that? Just sit back and receive some positive messaging for your, excuse me while I do this with my hair, some positive messaging for your health and vibrance and well-being. You guys up for it? What's happening? Lots of stuff is popping. You guys are putting lots of fun stuff in here. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to get silent. It feels like the best positioning for your hands. Hey, Myrtle, glad you're here. Look at Claire saying yes, Lori saying yes, Shannon saying yes, please, in all caps. Joanna saying yes, absolutely. Diane saying yes. Helen with her rainbows and her love saying yes. Susan Smith, I'm so ready. You're welcome. Okay, so I'm going to take a pause on reading your below. Keep messaging. I love the interaction, yes. But I'm going to take a pause to get up. I just want to hear the best way to proceed with your hand positions. It seems like, interestingly, it goes against what I want. It seems like you just are going to sit back and receive rather than putting your hands on what I know is like the biggest gathering of nerve plexi that would seem more effective. But it seems like what you all need, and those listening and watching the replay, is just to have an awareness, not of breasts, because that looks like what my hand motioning is doing, but of your open hearts. Yeah? So just sit back and receive. And then we will go into doing a beautiful vibrational upgrade full of clearings and activations for more calm and peace and knowing. Then we'll go into the flowing of light to New Jersey today, primarily. I'm going to wait and see what I get and see if I can go beyond to New York. The United States is getting really hard hit. So one of the other things I'm going to include today, and my vibrational upgrade practitioners, feel free to include the request now moving on forward of decision makers being equipped to get their egos out of the way and be of capital S service to making the wisest choices and decisions as quickly as possible to help. Because from what I understand, this would not have spread the way it currently is. Tracking the USA for Italy's epidemic levels, had different decisions been made earlier, right? So without going into that, let's have the best decisions made moving forward so we can get this to level out. I do have, check your inboxes, y'all, because I sent out a really long email last night full of a lot of different good news and support for you. And one of the things I just found out from a client is there are two Vedic astrologers. So those are India, subcontinent India, that's India's version of astrology. It's not Western, it's called Vedic. For those of you who don't know, forgive me for those of you who do. And there are two who are in agreement with what I perceived, that I got mid-April, around April 15th, was going to be when we actually saw the physical proof of it shifting. And they both said April 13th. There's something going on in Neptune and Jupiter in particular, a rearrangement where they see a window opening. And here's more good news, by the way. On the 9th, let me just get clear with myself. I just got out of a session with a client, and we were doing dates for other things in her world. So the full moon's on the 7th, which is Tuesday. And it seems like on the 9th, within 2 days after that, there's going to be opening financially too. So just hang in there, y'all. We're getting there. And thank you so much again for your daily support and participation here and receiving, because as you receive, it blesses those around you and our planet overall, raising the vibration. So there's some good news. Let's go ahead and reprogram your systems for health. Hopefully that helped lighten your hearts a little bit to be open to receiving. You don't want to have your hand over your heart chakra. I want it open so this energy can get as directly to you as possible, apparently. So any and all of the conditioning from the trance of the masses, from the fear of the masses, from the media, from any input anywhere you're receiving outside of your own self and your own knowing, that has caused your system to receive an imprint of even that red circle of the COVID-19 that we're seeing on YouTube and we're seeing on the news, of the virus itself, all of the information coming to your system about disease, virus, lack of health, death. Are you willing to burn that all up with the flames of transmutation and transmute it back into your innate wiring for health and vitality? This is where you'd want to say yes to invite the energy and more to you. So any and all of the imprints from your parents, and imprints from your parents, your lineage, for lack of 100% health and vitality, disease, virus, bacteria, suffering, anything that is not longevity in vibrant health, whether it's contracts, oaths, vows, swearings, promises, karma. I'm going to go ahead and do that as appropriate for all of you beautiful beings listening now, here, together, and on the replay, for you only, clearing out any and all karma as appropriate of misinformation for your system, removing the any and all effects of the attunement or any imprints to disease, decay, health, not good, suffering, viruses, bacteria, death. Wild contagion that can't be contained as well. Any and all free-floating thoughts and trauma, and any and all unconscious conclusions, even conscious beliefs, conscious visuals you've seen that have left an imprint, judgments, evaluations you have that are in any way taking you out of your innate wiring for health and vibrance. I'm going to burn it all up now with the flames of transmutation. This area getting cleared. All of the fear of respiratory impediment, inability to breathe, getting burned up with the flames of transmutation, fear of dry cough, or allergies, or anything signaling, oh my God, I might have COVID-19. worry. If a loved one has it, that automatically means you're going to worry that if it's increasing in your neighborhood and community, automatically that means there is this virus wanting to attack you. All of that aggressive, contagious kind of attack, uncontrollable attack energy, we're going to burn all of that up as well. And it seems simultaneously you're getting imprinted for health. It's just what my system does. And I'm going to a very different place. This is where I go when I do physical commands and energy medicine sessions. It's a special Tibetan technique I was taught. And it's what I've used on things such as brain tumors and colon cancer and chronic back pain, knee pain, really physicalized stuff. Do an inhale and exhale cycle, please, to allow the heart to open even more as you receive the clearing of all of the lack of full health, COVID-19, antagonistic, attacking virus, all of that sense of unhealth, lack of health, and death, being burned up, going right at it with the flames of transmutation. All of the sense of, I have to protect myself, the fear of having to protect yourself against something that wants to attack at you no matter what. Still wearing masks and gloves and taking the social distancing measures, but going into that imprint and impression of there's this thing coming at me and oh my God, how am I going to defend? So let's go ahead and activate the upgrade now, because there's a lot of support to get the positive messaging reinforced here, the imprinting. So any and all of the ancient keys and codes and inherent wisdom and latent talents within you, and any and all blessings and support possible to bring this all into alignment with your at least fifth dimensional highest divine blueprint, and for the collective's highest divine blueprint for your highest potential and highest possibilities to be realized. Your most vibrant health, physical vitality, and well-being. Head to toe, cell, intercellular, DNA, central nervous system, immune system, all systems working at optimal functioning, all systems, all parts of all your systems knowing optimal functioning, as my system does. It's been doing this work for decades, so just trust in that. Seeing a web right now. The web is kind of getting imprinted for vitality, vibrant health back into your system. Now that the overlay has gotten cleared out, some of you may want to shake a little bit. There's a lot of support coming in for this too. Okay, so I ask all of the supportive metaphysical multidimensional beings in each of your fields to stay with you and reinforce and even up-level, strengthening this reprogramming and remessaging for vibrant health and well-being, ability to easily breathe freely, respiratory, full vibrance of the respiratory tract, full health and well-being of the cardiovascular tract, the immune system fully, thoroughly knowing what to do to keep you vibrant, vital, and healthy and well. Getting a little bit of an extra blessing put in silently for that. Okay. Beautiful. You guys are likely going to require sleep. That was really subtle work, but there's a lot of programming going on right now. I almost want each of you to tap your thymus for just a few moments. And then as best you can, I can't because I'm needing you to see my face, right? But if you can take your fingers and have them at the base of your big toe's toenail, where the round part is, not external, but towards your ankle, at the beginning of the nail, one above your toe and one underneath your toe, lateral. Just hold it there for a moment, please. I'm going to do a tone that will help with this. Okay, you can remove your toes. Don't remove your toes, please keep them. Remove your fingers from your toes. And again, you may want to just move a little bit, either flick your feet or your arms, shake them out. Shoulders, pull them back. Rotate the neck, let that distribute. All right, I got to clap, apparently. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a vibrational upgrade for increased peace and calm and well-being. Yeah? So, any and all of the fear that you're going to run out of money, any and all of the fear of you'll never have the level of livelihood you were so close to having or living already, any worries about what this pandemic is doing to the planet, humanity, any worries about what this pandemic is doing to the economy, any worries about all of the frontline workers, all of the healthcare workers, the hospitals, any worries as you watch the reports and see the poor decisions and see the suffering and see the pain, any and all of the sorrow. I'm going to go ahead and clear that sorrow too, apparently. Any and all of the fear that you're going to get it, or the fear that humanity is not going to make it through, or the fear or the despair that this is never going to stop, or the worries that your decision makers in your locality are being dumbasses and not making the wisest, best choices for your communities thriving and survival amidst and beyond this. We're going to burn all of that up with the flames of transmutation, yeah? Okay. So all of the imprints from your parents and imprints from your lineage that cause you in any way to be more inclined to worry or be afraid or be panicky, any and all conditioning from the trance of the masses, any and all free-floating thoughts and trauma, or mild levels of trauma, or mild levels of shock that are leaving you numbed out, or spacey, or any effects of mild shock and trauma as related to the COVID-19 pandemic. That's getting burned up with the flames of transmutation. And any and all karma as appropriate that may cause you to worry more, or be more in fear, or be more panicky, or be more concerned, or in this moment have a level of allowing the fear to penetrate. We're going to also go ahead and, for each of you, burn up the karma that may predispose you as appropriate, the karma as appropriate that may predispose you to this level of worry and fear, any and all of the conditioning from the trance of the masses, and any and all contracts, oaths, vows, swearings, promises, and blood oaths you've ever taken across all time, space, dimensions, realities, lifetimes, and all beliefs, judgments, conclusions, and computations, whether unconscious or at this point conscious. We're going to burn it all up with the flames of transmutation to leave you peaceful, calm, knowing, and trusting that all is well and all will be well. Are you willing to do so, to burn it all up with the flames of transmutation? Want to feel good? Even better than you already do, because many of you are holding strong. You're knowing. So here we go, burning it all up with the flames of transmutation. Good. So let's activate the upgrade now. So all of the latent keys and codes and ancient wisdom and inherent talents within you, and any and all of the blessings and support possible to bring this all into alignment with your at least fifth dimensional highest divine blueprint for your highest possibilities and highest potential to be realized, and for the collectives with grace and ease, please. Activating the upgrade now. Some of you may feel a little bit of a tingling at your crown. I'm doing something a little extra special there. Still going. The upgrade's still running. The activation wants a little more time. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin the flow now. We're going to be focusing on New Jersey today. So this is for all of the healthcare workers in all of the hospitals in New Jersey, all of New Jersey. Hackensack Meridian, Jersey Shore University Medica, Kindred Hospital in New Jersey, Hackensack Meridian, Raritan Bay Medical Center, the VA Lyons Campus, the Kindred Hospital, New Jersey in Wayne, the Community Medical Center in Toms River, New Jersey, the Christ Hospital in Jersey City, the Children's Hospital of New Jersey at Newark, Beth Israel, the Acuity Specialty Hospital of New Jersey in Atlantic City, the Acuity Specialty Hospital of Southern New Jersey in Willingboro, Inglewood Health, Kindred Hospital, New Jersey in Gover, Hackensack Meridian Health Ocean Medical Center in Brick Township, New Jersey, Virtual Willingboro Hospital in Willingboro, New Jersey, East Orange General Hospital in East Orange, New Jersey, St. Peter's University Hospital in New Brunswick, New Jersey, the Valley Hospital in Ridgewood, New Jersey, Morristown Medical Center in Morristown, New Jersey, Hackensack Meridian Health Bayshore Medical Center, and Holmdel, New Jersey. St. Peter's University Hospital, and any and all of the hospitals that have been set up to respond to the COVID-19, makeshift hospitals, anything that the Army Corps of Engineers is doing, anything that the brilliant governor of New Jersey is doing in his task force. We ask that this energy go, this light go, and give them all that they need so that they have the PPE required, they have the safety with that virus load they're getting exposed to. They have the necessary and requisite PPE to keep all of them as vibrantly, vitally healthy and strong as possible. We also ask that this light go to the decision makers to help them make the wisest, best decisions that are needed now, the shifts that need to occur with their resistance and stubbornness, where there's politics, where there's self-servingness, where there's resistance to actually serving humanity and the populace that they've been elected to serve be removed. And we ask that the best decisions are just made through them and around them, and they're just moved out of the way. So that we're going for a nationalization in the United States of America of the supply chain, so that we can have all the PPE in all the hospitals as needed. What would it take? A little fierceness indeed. So I'm going to begin the flow now. In a minute or in a bit of time, we'll name people. You can right now be naming people you know who are on the front lines in Jersey. Healthcare workers and frontline workers in New Jersey. We'll move to who you're personally concerned about in just a bit. And one of my beloved Dragon Masters lives right there in Jersey City, so she's helping to ground this light even more effectively. I also have another beloved masterminder on Staten Island, and she's been grounding in the higher vibrations as well. If you are not an energy medicine practitioner and don't have any training in any modality, as you have, some of you, I believe there's 2 of you who are new right now, go ahead and visualize either a violet light, the violet flame that has, it's like the ultraviolet light, which is why some of you have heard me in various platforms suggesting going out in the sun, because the ultraviolet light kills viruses. The ultraviolet light is extremely transmutative, has a lot of transmutating power. So if you visualize, like you can visualize a hospital in Jersey that you know of, and encase it in the violet flame like a bubble. Or what I really have been drawn to suggest and use is the sense of cleansing, and this is going to be a new step today that we're going to do. But for right now, those of you without a modality and want to contribute, thank you so much for your heart. Go ahead and visualize a white light that's almost like a waterfall from the galactic sun, from the center. I've done some special work ahead of time between my last client and this, that there's more accessibility to this light coming in from the great central sun. So visualize it like a waterfall that pours down onto Jersey through the height of the hospital buildings, through the tallest buildings throughout Jersey, to distribute the clearing, cleansing white light that has a crystalline quality to it. That is almost like it can, when I'm doing this movement, it's almost like it can twist the programming, like I did the reversal of the programming of virus and sickness and death into reminding your cells and you of health and well-being, that twisting within the hospitals to shift it. The white light in that liquidated, crystallized form, as if a waterfall pouring down, is really potent. There seems to be a lot of scurrying I'm perceiving in the hospitals, like a lot of just striving to meet the demand, chaos. But steady service, they're steady, but just chaotic. So for the highest and best of all of the beloved healthcare workers on the front lines who are going in and day out, dealing with this virus, giving them the light, and this light having an intelligence of its own, supporting them in all that they need to have more calm, to have the equipment they need, the organization they need, the support they need, the vitality, the clarity of mind, the energy, the patience they need, whether they're a janitor or administrative person or on the front lines in the ER or the ICU or the specially set up hospitals, whether for COVID-19 or regular patients. We ask that this light flow through and bless the highest and best each and every hospital in the state of New Jersey, the United States of America, planet Earth, Milky Way galaxy, please. Sue and Bruce, Lori, yes. All the ventilators they need with ease. Getting them more of those oxygen hoods or helmets that are being made out of Texas with ease. Solutions being found with ease. Good solutions. While they also have everything they need. We're not going into New York today. Jersey's in too much of a need on its own. We ask that any possible vibratory support emanating out of New Jersey from this work be able to reach New York City and help New York City, but this focus and concentration is on the state of New Jersey and its hospitals and healthcare workers today. I'd also like to ask this light. I know that you have an intelligence of your own and you're doing more than I can even construe, but I'd like to ask for some soothing and easing of the patients who are in there alone and quarantined and not able to be visited by their loved ones, and what that does to the healthcare workers to see their patients in this kind of emotional and mental suffering. I'd ask some of this light, please, to support there, to uplift there. That sense of aloneness, help them feel supported. Help them notice the charmed essence to life, looking out a window or whatever it takes. But help them know they're supported, and let that ease the healthcare workers' concerns for their patients. Good work, y'all. There's a shifting happening, steadying. It's lightning. Really good work, y'all. We're gonna keep it going a little bit more. Really high, lovely work, y'all. Distribution of what they need gets sorted easily and more influx comes in. Everybody has what they need in all those hospitals. Please. And if someone, a nurse, a doctor, an administrator is sitting outside right now with their head in their hands or in their bathroom, exhausted, boost especially them, please. Let them see, sense, and feel they're supported, please, universe. And all the beloved beings that surround me and work with me. On behalf of my service to the collective, please help them stay uplifted. Show them some sign that gives them increased hope. Let our butterfly flutter into the ER if need be, if you could, please. Let other people's kindness step up and let them gift food or cake or whatever to the healthcare workers. Let the community really rally to support them, please. Sweetness, please. Liquid love. Okay, let's go ahead and have you bring in anybody you're personally concerned about. Feel free to name them in the comments. Feel free to go ahead and name anybody you're personally concerned about, whether a loved one, a family member, or a healthcare worker. Anywhere where you'd like extra light sent to. Beautiful, there's not many. Okay. Yes, we're so pieced out. Having a hard time shifting to that mind, to type. Good. You're all so beautiful, your heart's so full of love and goodness. Okay, about another minute for you guys to go ahead and continue to submit who you're concerned about. It's really high, yeah. Really clear, pristine light. Okay. So what I'd like to do at this point now is, this is the addition from my vibrational upgrade practitioners. This is now the new step 4, please. And I know you're all going to love this. I got a really strong command I remember at this point if it was 2 nights ago or last night, but like you heard some of the fierceness of my commands earlier, they can be really soft and silent from the heart, using that Tibetan energy medicine in particular that I use for the physical, or they can be really fierce. And you guys most of you have witnessed both versions. It was really fierce coming in the other night. Let's start going at the COVID-19 itself with this light as step 4, okay? So what I'd like to do is have all of you, if you're comfortable with the violet flame, go ahead and use it. But preferably, I would love for you to visualize that crystallized purity of as if a glacier melting into a waterfall, pouring down into the tallest points on the planet, the tallest buildings within the cities, washing planet-wide. Take it along the grid if you want to, and that doesn't have to be the ley line grid. It can be the whatever, either the Wi-Fi, 3G, 5G, or the telephone wires or the electrical wiring in towers. Let's bring this high, purifying, cleansing diamond. It's like a diamond. That solidity, that purity, and that clarity, crystallizing, water cleansing COVID-19 off the face of planet Earth. Please. What would it take? What else is possible here? Dragon Masters, please use the appropriate dragons if you feel compelled to go through the grid line. Burning out underneath the earth as well, the lower frequencies. It feels actually, it is denser. And let's go back to the white water and air and water elements. As if, what will help is if you visualize, and you all can do this on your own, and the more you do this, it feels like the bigger effect it will be. This is in part what I was given when I stood outside under the stars and had that command 2 nights ago or last night. Like, this is growing. It's so big. Can we have less suffering, please? And what came in was like crystal springs, when you've been to live crystal springs, or when you've drank sparkling mineral water or sparkling spring water, not the still. And those bubbles, that effervescence, that lightness, but it's like crystallized. So that purifying, cleansing lightness, but perky, bubbling. So it has a job to do, and it knows its job to do. And it's just bubbling up the new cleansed life. Cleansing COVID-19 right off the face of the planet because it's just not needed. So it's almost like, yeah, that commercial with the bubbles of some scrubber for some tub cleaner or something or other. I don't remember who that is, but you can picture like the power of the bubbles. Bringing in that purified, crystallized, cleansing light. Distributing out through all the cities, rural, country, oceans, over to more land. My vibrational great practitioners, I activated you for this, so you may be feeling a difference above your crown. I kind of turned up the volume. I asked that if you could have the volume turned up and if it were in your highest and best. So you may be noticing a little bit of a different flow. Good. Okay, so let's go down through Jersey City. Let's go down through the state of New Jersey. These bubbles, this water, cleansing water, spread it out to New York City. Expand it out to New York State. Expand this glacier, the dam is broken, the glacier's going, it's melting, and expand this water to the greater New England area. These bubbles are powering away, expand it up north to Toronto, Newfoundland, down south, reaching the east coast now, Pennsylvania, DC, Delaware, Carolinas, Georgia, Florida. Spreading out west now, southern states, Midwest, northern states, moving beyond Michigan, Illinois, over to the west now, Missouri, Iowa, moving out to the far west now, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, Utah, Idaho, the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wyoming, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, covering the entire United States up to Vancouver, over to back to Edmonton. Montreal also got covered, so now we've covered North America. The water is growing, the bubbles are growing. Down to South America via Central America, Mexico first, then Central America, South America. It's spreading over across the Atlantic and Pacific, hitting Asia, Southeast Asia, Russia, and it's also going into Western Europe, up to the Scandinavian countries. It did not miss Iceland or Greenland. Those both got covered. UK got covered before it went over to Western Europe, expanded planet-wide. India, Africa, this beautiful pure white light, like water crystals. And you know the hidden messages in water. Those snowflake crystals form when it's the message and frequency of love. Beautiful work, y'all. Okay, let's bring it back. No, just leave it. Look at that. Okay. So for my vibrational upgrade practitioners, just to save me time with typing and effort and energy with typing, you don't have to do the elongated version with the expansion out, but just bring in number 4, please, queuing for the water, the crystalline water to be poured down, like you've heard done before, into the buildings, into the cities. If you want to do the expansion, it feels effective, but you don't have to. I mean, I don't mean to say it feels effective. Of course it's effective. It feels helpful. I just don't know about time and length of these Facebook Lives. So if you're willing to, go for it, because it's very beautiful. Gonna get some rest now, y'all. Looking forward to the full moon in my planet, Venus, on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, a kick-ass special Zoom event. Have a good 4-4. Enjoy. Much love. Namaste.